You sit at a desk. They sit at a desk. You have sales reports. They have book reports. You need supplies. They need supplies. Business is a lot like school. That's why your small business should take advantage of back-to-school deals at Staples. Now, Staples 1-inch 3-ring binders are $1.92. 1 subject notebooks are just 25 cents, and 2 pocket poly folders are just 35 cents each. Make back-to-school your business at Staples.
In-store only while supplies last. Offer ends 9/1/18, limit 30.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hello?
You're here.
Really? Okay.
Hi, folks. This is Mark Wilmot, singer-songwriter of the Redstone Ramblers, owner of Trademark Instrument Repair, and proud supporter of the Paige Roberts Show on Intercom Radio. Do you want that old acoustic to play like butter again? You want to get that Strat you got from your dad hot-rodded?
Okay, y'all. Hold on. My music is wanting to mess up. evening, everybody, and welcome to the Paige Roberts Show. It is Tuesday, July 24th, 2018. And tonight is Featured Artist Tuesday. And I have somebody trying to call me on my line. I have Nashville recording artist, singer-songwriter, Colonel Carlina Rose with me tonight, and I have her on the phone with me. I usually do a little introduction, but I guess before I go into that, I have one announcement, and that is our songwriting contest, and that is still going on. And so you can send your 2 songs into intercomradio@gmail.com. They can't be under any promotion. I'm working on the rules now and putting them up on our website at intercomradio.com. So, yeah, you can look at that. I've been really busy, so y'all have to forgive me if I leave something out. But anyway, without further ado, I have Colonel Carlina Rose on the phone with me, and so I'm just going to bring her in. How are you? And welcome back to the show.
Thank you. I'm doing very well, and it's very nice to be with you again. I'd like to say hello to everyone out in Radio Land tonight, and hope everybody will enjoy the show.
I hope they will too, and we appreciate that. Yeah, I know we all been busy, so it's all good. But you know, I know my music. Sometimes my music don't like to do right, but I'll fix it up afterwards. But yeah. Anyway, I guess let's get started. Well, Carlina Rose has been on my show before, so I know you have some new stuff coming out in your music and writing too, so usually the way I start things off, and you know this, and I usually get you to tell our listeners about yourself and work your way up to your music. You start wherever you like, however far back you want to go. So I'm going to give it over to you.
Well, thank you, Paige. I really don't know exactly where to start. I've been in the music business for so many years, since I was a child. But we've been doing some things and kind of laid back, working on some new material, trying to get some new songs wrote, getting ready to finish some of them up, trying to get enough done so we can make a new album. And Colonel Shirley Lansdowne, I think she's on here with us. She's been helping me with all this.
Yeah, I'm back.
You're here?
She dropped off. She dropped off a second, but she's back with us.
Well, where's that girl been? She needs to be on here and join us.
That phone went out.
Oh. Well, Shirley and I've been riding all day. We
right.
Came in very late this afternoon from down in Myrtle Beach, and wow, we have a lot going on down there.
Y'all stay in the road, don't you? From one place
yeah,
to
we
the
have.
other.
We've been on it a lot lately. We're also helping to promote a place down in South Carolina that is called Hamburger Joe's. It has the best hamburger I ever put in my mouth. So anybody down that way, you need to stop in and see them.
I think
tell them who to ask for.
Ask for Julie or Tony.
Tell them who to ask. Carolina Rose, tell them who to ask for.
Tony or Julie. They're the owners, and they are wonderful people. So we'd like to say hello and hope some of our friends down that way are listening too.
Now, you sing there too, don't you?
No, I haven't been singing there, but we're going to be singing there this winter. They're going to have some kinds of soup, fire in the fireplace, and it's going to be fabulous. So you have to come up and join us.
I know it.
Yeah.
I've been saying I need to get out. I need to find me a driver. No, I'm not really.
I wouldn't know what to do with a job. There's not any time for it.
I know, right? I know the feeling.
She's an excellent chauffeur.
What, Shirley?
She's an excellent chauffeur. How do you think I get around?
I'm sure.
No, Shirley drives me most of the time. I just sit back and relax and look. Listen, try to learn something.
I tell you what, it's nice to have a driver, though.
It sure is. It's wonderful.
Now, tell us what you're working on as far as your music.
Well, goodness, I don't even know where to start with that.
I know you got a lot of stuff going on.
Well, September the 8th and 9th, I think it is, we'll be in Dollywood up in Sevierville, Tennessee.
No, 7th and 8th.
The 7th
Carolina
and the
Road.
8th?
Yeah. The show's on the 8th.
Got a ton of stuff on in there. And I'm doing a radio interview right now. You talking to her, Shirley?
Yeah, the show is on the 8th at the Dollywood.
That's what I said, wasn't it?
No, you said 8th and 9th. So 8th,
on the 8th. That's where we'll be.
Yeah.
And that's September.
Yes, ma'am.
And you are also working on a book, too, right?
Yes, I wrote a book about my life, and I'm trying to get that another sequel to it. This one will be very interesting. It tells a lot more than the first one did. I'm going to put some things in there that have happened, and I might just put the people's abbreviation of their name, first initial, last initial, and I'm going to tell it like it happened.
Well, that's the only way
this
Shirley. Well, that's the only way to be, you know. If you
I've got her son started.
The first book was about my childhood growing up. This one's going to finish it out. Up until, a current date.
Well, you'll have to keep us posted. Do you have a set date on when that's supposed to come out? No.
No, we don't yet. It's not finished yet. That's something that one of the projects we're working on. Working on that, working on some songs, working on getting to Dollywood, and that's a really big honor.
Yes, because you have some awards coming up with that, right?
Well, this year I'm nominated for folk, bluegrass, I think, Artist of the Year, folk, bluegrass, Entertainer of the Year, and also have Song of the Year. So, you're lucky. If you get either one of them, you're in paradise.
Well,
wait a minute. And I'm like Loretta. Whatever comes to my mind, I say it. It's that being hog heaven.
There might be there might be
something else, but I don't know.
Well, we'll be watching and listening and watching for your post on your book then.
Thank you very much. We'll certainly let you know when it's ready.
Yes.
Definitely let you know.
And then maybe later on, maybe
done for her.
What?
I got some done for her.
Well, maybe about the first of the year we can maybe back on and talk specifically about your book.
Okay. It should be a pretty good one. I mean, it's going to be very interesting. And if anybody figures out the initials of the people, it'll be real interesting.
Right? Maybe I could put two and two together, right?
You might can, because some of them are well known.
I bet I know them.
Really? Well, I don't know.
With that said, I guess we'll shout out to each other. Records. They have decided, and I'm really excited about them helping me with our songwriting contest. That's really a big help. So, and I have to thank Shirley. I have to thank Shirley for that, because Shirley's the one that brought us in all together. So.
Yeah, Shirley, she's a workaholic.
She's a go-getter.
Ain't no rest when Shirley's around. She'll keep it going.
She
but
will.
That's good, because that's exactly what it takes.
Yes, it does. And without all of us, without all of us pulling together and pushing the music out there, I mean, that's what we're here for. So I try. I mean, I know. Well, I won't say anything, but that's how we promote all the music, is to get out. And I do appreciate you, Shirley, because you do share the information that I have on the shows, and I do appreciate that. So, yeah.
There's one thing, Paige, I got to say. You got to believe in an artist if you're doing anything for them, or it won't work.
Yes, ma'am. And you know me, I believe in everybody. Well, I'm like, you're right. But then, too, they have to believe in themselves, too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You had a good friend of ours on your show a couple of weeks ago.
Lord, I've had so many, Shirley, and you connected me with them.
Yeah, you had Michelle on there.
Yes. Michelle was awesome, and we do promote her music and her information as well. So, and she's been really good about keeping in touch with us. So that was a really good show.
Well, she's one of the finest people we have met in all this. And
yes,
I love her music. She is absolutely beautiful, beautiful woman. And her husband, he is very handsome. He's really, really nice. And sometimes you meet one that's good, and the other one you're not quite in there. But they're both great.
Not so good, but yeah, we know how that is. But I guess we can give another shout out. I do have some people coming in with me, and hopefully. Now, a couple of names I'm not going to give out right yet because we haven't spoken on the phone yet about it, but we've got some great stuff coming up, and I will mention Babette McCready McMahon is coming in with me, promotions in the promotions department, and sometimes co-host, so we're excited about that. She was with Michelle Lee, Shirley.
Huh?
Babette came with Michelle Lee. That's how I met her. So she's coming in with me and going to help me on my show. So we appreciate that. But yeah, and I did find a producer to help with the final production of that song. So it's going good.
I will say one thing about Carolina Rose. It took me 5 years to get her to do anything and talk about herself.
Well, Carolina, I know how that is.
Well, I don't like talking about myself because I have never and never will brag on myself. I don't believe in it.
It's not.
A friend of mine wrote a song, and the title of it was Your Self-Centered.
She don't get a chance now.
Go ahead, the title of it was what?
She don't get a chance now. I can get her to the draw.
Well, if you don't talk about, it's not really talking about yourself, though. It's really just promoting what you do, though. You got to think of it like that.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, I just
Down.
don't believe in bragging on myself. I'm very, very happy with all the wonderful things that have happened to me. I mean, I am thrilled, and I couldn't express to you how I feel about it. But God is so good to me, it's unreal.
I know how that is, too.
Paige, can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Maybe.
5 years ago, I was working for another one, no names mentioned. This one is the best thing that ever happened to me.
Well, I appreciate that.
What?
Now,
and I wouldn't say that. Go ahead, Shirley.
Shirley?
Now you're not going to talk.
Well, play us some music, Paige.
Do what?
Play us some music.
Okay, we can do that. How about Old Country Church? And then we'll come back and talk about the song.
My favorite one, and I'll tell you about it after it plays.
All right, y'all hang on, and we'll be right back.
Will do.
To me, where I'm longing to be, my friends at the old country church.
You are listening to the Paige Roberts Show on Intercom Radio Network. We are broadcasting live off of Blog Talk Radio. My featured artist tonight is singer-songwriter Carolina Rose. We've been talking about her music and a lot of other things we've been talking about. Now, Carolina Rose, you and Shirley both, well, I know Carolina Rose has won an award in 2016 as the Kentucky Colonel Award. Why don't you tell us about that?
That is the most exciting and wonderful thing that has happened to me. I am so proud and honored to be a Kentucky Colonel that there are no words to express it. Also, Shirley became one too. And we have another friend that also was nominated as a Kentucky Colonel, but she hasn't told it, so we'll wait and see if she does.
Now,
it's really great.
How do you get the Colonel part? I mean, what did you have to go through to get that?
Becoming a Kentucky Colonel is the highest honor that the state of Kentucky bestows on anyone. It takes a lot to do that. They do a background check on you, and I mean, you got to be so. And we were absolutely honored when that came through, and we got our documents and awards certificate on it. It's amazingly wonderful.
Now, do you have to have like family too that is Colonels also? No.
You know, Paige, I'm unsure of that particular question, but I do know that my father was a Kentucky Colonel. I have some other relatives that are Kentucky Colonels, and I have some that date way back in history that were Kentucky Colonels in the Army. So it's a wonderful, wonderful honor. I know that they're looking down on me now, and they're very happy. So that means everything.
I think that you have to know another Kentucky Colonel, and they have to put in a good word for you. Eric Lewis on ours.
That's right. Eric nominated us for it, but if we hadn't have come up to par, then we wouldn't have gotten it. But Eric Lewis is responsible for it. Colonel Eric Lewis. And he is one of the finest men I have ever met. He is a great entertainer from up in Missouri.
That's awesome.
Oh, it really is. You know, during this road that I've been on, I have met so many wonderful entertainers. And we have lost some wonderful entertainers that were really close to our heart. The song you just played, The Old Country Church, David Dees, who was a bluegrass boy, was playing the banjo. And Bruce Jones played the mandolin. He produced the CD that song is on. And Bruce's wife, Sandy, did the harmony on it. There were some local people here that played on it also. I mean, just amazingly great people. But Bruce Jones was a close friend of my father's, so, you know, that made it all that much better. Bruce actually gave me a videotape where he performed with my dad up at the convenience center somewhere here in Stanley County. So that was good.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking about that too today, of how many singers there are that have passed on. Wow. But I know we just lost one here recently, Jim Yarborough, and he was July 17th, 2018. So, yeah. You know, he was supposed to come on my show. I mean, that's just surreal. But, you know, we never know. We never know.
No, we don't know from one minute to the next. So always give God His credit, honor Him, appreciate Him, because without God we wouldn't be here and we wouldn't do the things that we get to do.
Yes, ma'am. I do that every day. Cause even being in radio, I had no idea I'd be here either, but we are here. and like you said, there are just so many nice people out there. I mean,
yeah, there really are. There's a lot of very good entertainers.
Mm-hmm.
Some have their personalities are just as good as their music, and then we've got a couple. Well, you know how that goes.
That are not.
Everybody can't be great in personality and talent.
No, that's true. And I have to watch myself sometimes. But I'm always here to give people the benefit of the doubt, and that's what I'm about here too. I'm always wanting to give somebody the chance to, either come on and talk about the music. I don't think I've ever turned anybody down. Not yet.
I got you some more coming.
What?
I got you some more lined up.
I know it. I'm sure. And I'm booked up and booking up even more. I'm almost booked up through September. I'm working on October. So if anybody wants to come on, they need to go ahead and message me and get in.
I don't know, Paige. I've met a lot of awesome people with her being around her, too, when we've traveled.
You know, Paige, I have a brother who is a very well-known entertainer up north. His name is Al Jones. Al, he looks just like our dad, and he is a very good entertainer. In his spare time, he builds guitars and banjos and things like that. Al is older than I am. He is probably the firstborn son of Bill Monroe. But he is a great, great person.
Well, why don't y'all talk about Bill Monroe? Because I know that's an interesting story.
Bill Monroe,
mm-hmm.
he invented the bluegrass music.
Mm-hmm.
Bluegrass music got its name from his band, the Bluegrass Boys. And he got 3 encores the night he premiered on the Grand Ole Opry for Mule Skinner Blues. He had to come back out 3 times. Such a great song. So he hit a home run right there. Everybody loved him. His timing was like the axis, how the world turns. He had perfect timing. And I don't think I've ever heard anybody any better than him on that mandolin. Not as good, if I tell you the truth. But I've heard some that come pretty close.
Yes, ma'am.
He had one of his bluegrass boys was a good friend of mine. I really thought the world of him, and he passed away a year and a half ago. His name was Denny Jones. He was the only Ohio County boy that ever became a bluegrass boy. And Ohio County, that's where Bill Monroe was from.
Now, as far as traveling, are you playing anywhere, Carolina Rose?
Well, we've been taking some time off, like I said, to get things set up and the CD, the music going, and the book. But we'll be back out there Friday night week. I'm planning to try to be in Gold Hill, North Carolina. And then in 2 weeks from that, down in Carthage at Clyde's Music Barn. So we've got right much going on now. And then we go to Dollywood.
Right. And then I guess I have to take pictures.
Yes. And you will. But I like to see all the pictures too. So.
Oh,
but
we got a lot of pictures. Plus, we're going to be doing this thing to help promote Hamburger Joe's down in Myrtle Beach.
I think that's going to be cool. I'd like to. Now, are you going to do any kind of live things with that, like on Facebook?
Well, yes, we're actually going to be there when cool weather gets here, sitting in front of a fireplace with a big fire, a big bowl of soup, and a lot of people joining in and playing a little music.
Cool.
So we'll do that live.
Well, I'm anxious to see that then. I know, right? Just get myself up and travel on, right? But,
I'll tell you what, that's one of the best female guitar pickers.
Is what?
You know, I said she's one of the far best guitar pickers. She can sing with or without a guitar.
Well,
the next thing Shirley's going to tell you is give me a word and let me make a song from it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, Paige, you want to hear something not even rehearsed?
All right, go for it.
Give her something and she'll sing for you. Give her a word or two.
Just a word? Any word?
A word.
Just a word or two.
Sunshine.
Yeah.
I love to wake up down at Myrtle Beach when the sun is shining bright. I sit on the deck and listen to the ocean. Then we'll walk down and lay in the sunshine. Hey, hey.
Told you.
Right? Wow. I wish I had that. Oh, you know, I have to sit down and think about all of the songs that I'm doing.
Well, sometimes it's there, and you just have to reach out and get it.
Mm-hmm. Of course, Paige. I'm not prejudiced, am I?
Oh, no, you're not.
No, she's not. That's one thing you can't accuse her of being.
All right. Well, Carolina, I know I played the Waltz of North Carolina. Why don't you talk about that song?
That song, I was performing at a place called Charliewood down in Norwood, North Carolina. It was there for quite a few years. It got its name from Charles Harris. He went through Nashville. And then he saw Dollywood, and he said, well, Dolly's got a wood, so Charlie ought to have a wood. So he came back, and he built Charliewood. Beautiful place out of a Nazarene church building. He bought that building, drug it across a field about a half a mile, and then he put it together. In the middle of the floor is a plaque dedicated to his brother who was killed in service. And Charles, he was a great songwriter. I don't think he had no idea how good he really was. But Charles would mostly write them, and I would put melody to them. And then I'd change and put a few different words and so on, and we just had a great time. He was the best singing partner I ever had. We did all the Loretta and Conway duets, Ernest Tubb and Loretta Lynn's. Did more of theirs than we did Tammy Wynette, but we did do some Tammy Wynette, like Golden Rings, some others. But he passed away about 6 or 7 years ago.
Now, we'll go in after you tell us about this song. We'll play it. And what about Heartaches Hit the Hardest? Tell us about that song, and then we'll play it, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
No, go ahead and you tell them about it first, and then we'll play it.
Oh, okay. Well, truth is, Charles and his wife had separated. And Charles wrote a song, and he said, I can't figure out how to make it all work. So he sent for me, and I went. And we sat down, and we changed some of the lyrics, and I put the melody to it. And that's how that song came to be. It was about his experience. And then mine followed right along with it. So it was a duet that was true for both of us. Now, he was my best friend, man friend. And people will tell you that a man and woman cannot travel together anywhere and play music unless something's going on. But something was going on then, Charles. We had a great friendship.
Right.
A great friendship.
I think you can have friends like that.
Yeah.
But let's play that, and then we'll come right back.
Okay.
Y'all hang on.
Heartache hits the hardest just before dawn. It's then I realize you're not coming home. The moon shining through my window and I can't sleep. I've cried so much, there's no tears left to weep. I feel so lost here at home alone. The heartache hits the hardest just before dawn. I leave the light burning, hoping you will come home. Heartache hits the hardest just before dawn. It's been several months since you have been gone. It's been real lonesome here all alone. Me and the dogs go out walking late at night. I think they sense that things ain't quite right. I feel so lost here at home alone. Heartache hits the hardest just before dawn. I leave the light burning, hoping you will come home. The heartache hits the hardest just before dawn. I leave the lights burning, hoping you will come home. The heartache hits the hardest just before dawn.
You are listening to the Paige Roberts Show on Intercom Radio Network. We are broadcasting live off of Blog Talk Radio. Our call-in number is 646-668-8941. My featured artist tonight is singer-songwriter Carlina Rose. I say singer-songwriter, Nashville recording artist. We've been talking about her music and venues and everything she's going to be working on. So now, Carolina Rose, do you have a favorite song that you've done?
A favorite one that I do?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I do. And it's called I Can Hear Him Calling.
We're going to go out for that one.
Oh, well, that's an experience. I wrote that song, and it was rumors up in Rosine, Kentucky, that late at night you could hear a fiddle, listen to me, a mandolin playing. So one morning about 4 o'clock, friend was up there with me, my dobro player, and she said, I started to wake you up when we got up that morning. She said, I started to wake you up about 4 o'clock. I said, why? She said, I heard a mandolin playing.
Mm.
I said, oh, that was Campbell, because we always stayed with the Mercers up there at the Monroe home place. So Campbell was up in there, and I said, Campbell, we started to get up and come in there and listen to you playing this morning. He said, when? I said, I don't know, it's before daylight. He said, you didn't hear me play, and that wasn't me. That was somebody else. And so, come to find out, yep, it was Bill Monroe. It was right there on the spot where he played when he was a little boy. And everybody believed it. Now, let me tell you something really wild. My brother, Al Jones, his singing partner and banjo player, Frank Necessary, went up to Rosine to do a show for Campbell. And we're up in the old home place in the house recording. And Frank is doing a song called Give Mother My Crown. And we're sitting in there listening and watching, and the door blew open.
Mm.
Somebody reached over and shut the door. The door come back open. And I told him, I said, just might as well leave that door open because they want that music out there. They want to hear it. There was nobody up there but us, the recording people. But, bluegrass music started right there at that house. So how could you not believe what you're seeing and what you're hearing?
Man.
It was amazing.
I believe in that. I believe it.
Well, I believe in it. When you go up to the home place, if anybody's listening and they go up there, think about this. When you go up there and you make a right-hand turn to go up on the hill, you'll cross a little bridge. And once you cross that little bridge, it's like you've entered another world. It's peace, quiet, and contentment.
Another
it's
time.
a spiritual place, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So just think about that. I hope you get to go sometime.
I know it. I just need to get myself together and do a little traveling. I hadn't done that in a long time. I'm pretty much a whole homebody. But
I used to be.
Used to be. Not no more. Well,
I got to taste Wild's. You know what, Paige? I wouldn't take $1 million for that artist.
I wouldn't either.
You would if somebody would give it. Ain't nobody gonna offer you $1 million. Not for me.
not this saying. They might. Hey, never say never.
Well, it sure would be nice.
What?
You know, one of the best things in the music business. My mom told me when I was young, I would sit on the front porch and sing and play guitar for hours. And she said, you can't please all the people all the time. But if you can put a smile on one person's face, you've done something good. Well, Shirley and I stopped by the post office coming in today so I could pick up my mail. And there was a man there. He said, when I see you, I think about them days when us boys used to sit over there at that Deluxe Grill and drink a cold one or something and listen to you sing. And I said, what? He said, yeah. I said, I didn't know y'all used to listen to me. I was just out there singing because I was a young girl. But that was such a nice compliment. I have not seen this man in probably 40 or 50 years and didn't know him that good anyway. But it was a really nice compliment.
Yes, for him to remember you, and it's been that long ago. Yes, ma'am.
That was unexpected, wasn't it, Shirley?
Yep. I'll tell you what, I've changed a lot since I met her.
Well, we all do, Shirley. Well, I'm not going to say all do. I guess some changed for the best and some changed for the worse. But in all reality, in the end, I guess is what's gonna matter.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
It sure is.
Yep.
You have to be around her to know it.
Yeah, we're gonna be certainly surprised a bit in the
You're
end.
gonna have to come and meet.
But now Carolina Rose has done some TV too. Why don't you talk about your show appearances of that nature?
Well, I was on the Cumberland Highlanders show, Crossing the Cumberlands. That was filmed up at the Bill Monroe home place. And it was a couple years back. And then the director, he resigned, and they have a whole new setup up there now. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but I guess I'll be finding out pretty soon. Down in Carowinds, I performed in the contest for the North Carolina and South Carolina's best singers. Well, I came up second place in that, and I'm very happy to say Ricky Trawick, who is Randy Travis's brother, he won first place in that. And boy, I'll tell you, that's pretty good to come up behind him.
Right. Awesome. And do you have any other words you'd like to say? Maybe some advice to somebody out there that's, just starting out or anything like that?
The best thing I can tell anyone who is starting out, don't give up. If you've got a dream, if you've got music in your heart, follow it. I don't care what comes along, who comes along. If you stop, you will regret it later. And it's very hard to go back once you've been out of it for a pretty good while. So don't give up. Don't let nobody discourage you. For every one person that tries to discourage you, you're going to find 10 out there that like you. You
That's
put a
right.
smile on one person's face, you've done something wonderful.
I agree.
I have a friend here who, his name is Daryl Connor. Daryl has a show up at the lake, High Rock Lake, every year, and what was that date, Shirley? June? Anyway, it's called Nashville on the Lake. And he makes up money and stuff for people that are in need. He is a great friend. You couldn't have a better friend than Daryl. So if anybody's in the area next year, watch for the advertisements, Nashville on the Lake, because I'll be there.
Cool. Shirley, do you have anything you want to say?
Nope. Awesome interview. Awesome awesome host. Yeah.
Well, Paige, I would like to thank everybody out there.
If it wasn't for her believing in me, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing.
Well,
I would like to thank everybody out there who supports my music, who supports all the artists. To the faithful followers and friends I have met through the years, the ones that stay with it. I hear from people I met 15, 20 years ago, and like today, one that was probably 50 years ago. So it really means a lot when you get later on in life and you find out that, you touched these people and they liked you. So keep it trucking, and God bless every one of you, and thank you all.
Awesome.
We all love you.
Yep, and me too. So we appreciate you, Carolina Rose, for coming on, and Shirley for coming on and taking time out to come on and talk to us. I think we're going to go out with I Can Hear Him Calling. So I know you talked about that earlier. We'll play that. We'll play that going out.
Thank you, and God bless you for what you're doing for the artists.
Thank you, and I appreciate that very much. Now, we'll be back here tomorrow night, same place, same time, Jiggly Jones. He's folk artist, and so we'll be talking to him tomorrow night. He's got a new album coming out. Well, it's already out. not your typical day out, and I'll be sharing that information in a little bit. So we'll be back here tomorrow night and the rest of the week. Now, Thursday is Shaylin and the Dusty Rose Band will be here on Thursday night. And then we're closing out the week with Linda Lee. So, yeah, we're all week long now. But we appreciate it. So, but we will close out here, and I'm going to play I Can Hear Him Calling, and thank y'all again.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Here we go.
Hi, folks. This is Mark Wilmot, singer-songwriter of the Redstone Ramblers, owner of Trademark Instrument Repair, and proud supporter of the Paige Roberts Show on Intercom Radio. Do you want that old acoustic to play like butter again? You want to get that Strat you got from your dad hot-rodded? Or maybe you want to put a pickup in your banjo? You can contact me for all your TLC. I'll be there for your instrument when it needs me. You can check me out at Trademark Instrument Repair on Facebook. Thanks again for listening, and remember, support your local songwriter.
We're playing tunes that make you grin. Our music's better than it's ever been. So think of us when you need a show. We're at WIRN Intercom Radio.
Hardee's Happy Hour isn't your average happy hour. From 2 to 5 p.m., double sliders are only $1.25. Call it a charbroiled hour, a double beef hour, a whole lot of melty cheese hour. Call it what you want. Happy Hour at Hardee's is a good call. Offer for a limited time and only between 2 and 5 p.m. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included. Hardee's Happy Hour isn't your average happy hour. From 2 to 5 p.m., double sliders are only $1.25. Call it a charbroiled hour, a double beef hour, a whole lot of melty cheese hour. Call it what you want. Happy Hour at Hardee's is a good call. Offer for a limited time and only between 2 and 5 p.m. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included.